What is good? Tommy in the Hobby Hideout. Got my first take on an Edison deck. Now, even though I did technically play Yu-Gi-Oh! At this time period, I was like 10 years old, so I didn't have access to a lot of the meta cards / never even coming close to playing a meta deck. But yeah, so I got most of this inspiration from YouTube. However, a few formats after Edison, I was able to play like DIVA Hero as well as Zombie Plants. So this is kind of a nostalgia pick for me as well. Shout outs to E3 Yu-Gi-Oh! For a lot of good Edison content on YouTube as well as gameplay and deck profiles. He was a big inspiration for my theory crafting and making the deck. And yeah, let's get into it. This is kind of like just like a first overview of what my idea is before going into the format, and then I'll maybe do a follow-up video to this, making like my idea of the deck after I've tested it. So yeah, this is just completely cooked up without any testing. So we'll see how this goes. 3 Diva, wanted to keep the water count high for the Miracle Fusion. Yeah, then you have Tomato. Tomato in this deck, in theory, is insane because it gets you to either your zombie stuff, which makes you Brio, or it gets you to your Mallies. So either way, you're getting to a water or a hero to make your Miracle Fusion live, which is pretty cool. And then you have Pyramid Turtle. Honestly, you could almost play a Sangan to get off this to go into Diva, but we already have too many cards, so we're not going to go there right now. Pyramid Turtle, just more recruiters. Goblin Zombie, more recruiters. The rest of the zombie engine. And the recruiters are just insane with the creature swap, and that is just a straight nostalgia pick right there. But yeah, then you have the rest of the zombie engine. A lot of these are at 1. It's just they're all really great cards. Honestly, insane cards. Mally, great card. I decided to play the hero engine just for the pure awe factor of activating Miracle Fusion. So fun. And it's also a nice way to out stuff like Royal Oppression with Stratos. So it's 2 more outs because I played Rhoda as well. And it just makes your Foolish a lot better with your Mally. And you can make good synchro plays with Mally in your level 2. So it really does play with the deck a lot. It's also great discard fodder off of Wing Blast. But we'll get into that later. Then you have the other warrior that we play is DD Warrior Lady, just as another target off Rhoda. At first, I was playing the deck with Rhoda and Ecall and Stratos, no DD Warrior Lady, just because I thought Stratos was so insane. It was so versatile. It kind of worked as like a Lila to pop floodgates. However, and just problem cards and just back rows. But this is just another option to get off of Rhoda to out monsters, problematic monsters. And yeah, I ended up cutting the E-Call because I didn't want to get roasted. But yeah, we play 1 Caius. This is unusual for this deck. You normally play more. However, there's no room because I'm playing other stuff. Gores, staple. Dark Arm, staple. Didn't play Trag. Not really a huge fan of Trag, usually. Creature Swap, like I said. Card's fun. Miracle Fusion, good card. Book of Life, could only play 1, only found room for 1. Future Fusion. Fun fact, I never actually activated this card in person before, but I will enjoy the day that I do. Mind Control, Brain Control. Just want to take my opponent's stuff, as you can see. Just synchroning with it is really good. And yeah. Allure, it's a dark deck. Allure also feeds into your return, which is nice. Rhoda, Foolish Burial, just your zombies or your Mally. You could even dump a water if you really need it for Miracle, but not recommended. MST, didn't play heavy because I noticed in this format from watching gameplay that no one really sets more than 1 back row unless they have a Starlight Road or a Judgment. So there's no real point of getting Starlight Roaded, so I didn't play it. Wind Blast. I just wanted to have a good amount of outs for Royal Oppression because this is definitely gives this deck a hard time. But yeah, it also outs monsters, of course, and kind of sets them back a turn. You have plenty of discard outlets for it, and it also kind of feeds into the factor of like if you draw a dead Miracle Fusion or even just any dead card, you can just dump it with this, which is nice. Call the Haunted. It's a good interaction with Goblin Zombie off of MST, as well as just bringing back boss monsters. Torrential, Mirror Force. I wanted to fit these guys in there just because they're so good. I wanted to play the two, but destroying stuff can play into Stardust, but I don't know. It seemed good to me, although I don't know the format well enough to really say much about them. Return card is insane. Get you back so much stuff. I didn't play the quick play spell return, mostly just because I wanted to play. I didn't like it. It kind of conflicts with this return. Also, it's just not as good. It's situational. You have to have setup for it, and if you have the card that requires setup, you want it to be like a blowout. And I didn't think the quick play was really like a blowout. So, two Cyber Dragon standard in this format. The side deck is pretty much just a bunch of cards I want to try out. This will not be my real side deck after a few testing rounds, but for now it is. DD Crow, again, I might play 3, but I wanted to make room to test out other cards. Yeah, Electric Virus and Puppet Plant. Just wanted a little everything just to see how it works. And this deck just takes opponents' monsters a lot, which I think is cool. Bottomless, this could be D Prison. I just wanted something for going first, but this will probably be D Prison. And then Royal Decree, card's insane. Dust Shoot for going first. Dust Tornado, and Heavy for more back row hate. I decided to side the Heavy just because if my opponent's going first, I want an instant way to clear their back row so I don't have to like attack into deep prisons and stuff while I'm waiting for my Dust Tornado, like stuff like that. Or like playing a bottomless when I could have just like when I have a Dust Tornado. So I just decided it was better in that regard. Fortress for Cyber Dragon. Ab Zero. I played three fusions with 3 fusion spells, so we'll see how that goes on the ratios later. But Armory Arm, just for stuff when you take it. Cataster, the In Archetype, Synchros, Brio, Goyo, Black Rose. Having access to Brio and Goyo so easily is just so powerful when they're like some of the best synchro, really the best synchros in the game. Black Rose, really hard to make. You can make it with like Diva and Plague and go into Cataster and then go into Black Rose. But it's mostly for like when you take your opponent's stuff. Red Dragon, Archfiend. Pretty much just a beater under skill drain. These cards, really good. And the Mistworm. I just want to play Mistworm. I like to have a nice 9. Trishula is like one of my favorite cards, so Mistworm will have to do. But yeah, that's the deck. Tommy and the Hobby Hide out. Hope you enjoyed the video. See ya.